That was the best song I ever heard. Hey guys, Mantan here, and today we're going to take a real quick look at Triad Wars and how it's basically not what I hoped it was. What I wanted it to be was like an online multiplayer Sleeping Dogs, where you and friends, or even just a friend, could go around and kick the crap out of people and level up, kind of like MMO style, but you know, you didn't really expect it to be that deep of a game. But really all it ends up being is just a glorified cell phone game, and we're going to take a look at why. So right here you get to see where Triad Wars shines. You have the Sleeping Dog style combat, which, you know, is the same as Arkham, and it's always really fun. You have the counter system, you have the way that you can grab people and throw them into things, tackle, and you earn all that stuff in the same progression as you would in Sleeping Dogs. Driving is good, shooting's pretty good, and like I said, this is where the game shines the most. Right here what I'm doing is basically a setup kind of mission like you would in GTA 5. Each setup mission that you do earns you time during a raid, and the raids are really where you make all your money at. And don't think of like an MMO style raid, think of just basically going into a stronghold, killing everyone, and then you basically get the resources. So here I have to deliver this vehicle, and if I do, I get 2 extra minutes to complete the raid. So we're gonna go ahead and skip to the next part. I'll show you how you cash in the time. Then I'll show you with the next mission, which is usually, you know, I've only actually done 2 of them, and one of them is to steal a car, one of them is to catch a person. Those add time to my raid, and then you do the raid. So here we are, we pull up, we drive into the glowing pillar of light, step out of the car, and there is my 2 minutes. You see I have 1 of 2 operations completed, and now I'm gonna go do the other one. So here we are, you see Curmudgeon. That's actually the player whose base I'm raiding. The players, the way that works is every player has a base and you raid it. They're not actually there, you just fight an NPC version of them. This is when I was talking about you having to catch someone as being part of one of these operation missions, and this is totally glitched out. I'm mashing B, I can't catch him. I actually have to hit him first, then they allow me to tackle him. Normally he runs to a gang of bodyguards, but in this instance I did not let him, and there's my 2 minutes. Now off to the raid. So now we are here, we are starting a raid, and what you do is you walk into an opposing player's area, tells you their name, your time, operation bonuses, and there you go, raid started. You see those rival and favors over there, that's where the cell phone game mechanic kind of comes in. You can buy card packs with gold, which you can buy favors, you can buy outfits, you can buy weapons, and all of these things last a certain period of time. So you might buy a machete which only lasts a half hour, hence my cell phone game comparison. Everything's based on time. When you build things in your base, it takes a timer in order for you to get your money from it. You see I actually have up in the upper right corner, I have a machete, which I don't use because I'd rather just hand-to-hand combat in this game anyway. And there's other favors too, like even the clothes. There's certain clothing items that only last a half hour. Why would I want to spend real money to put my guy in a suit? It's only going to last me a half hour. So you see here, racket completed. On the map down below, there's different icons. And right there, I just beat up all the guys in one of his rackets. Now I move on to the next one where you see a camera and a computer screen. That's going to be his electronics racket. So I'm going to hop over this wall, beat everybody up that's in there, and then you'll see that the racket has been completed. Right to the chest, so that should be that racket. 2 rackets, that's all he had. You can build your base to have more rackets, therefore when somebody comes to overtake it, they'll have way more stuff to get through. So at this point in the raid, you basically fight through a bunch of different areas. I fought through a garden, I came into this house, and then you take the elevator upstairs and you see the opposing player's character. And that's him. He doesn't get controlled by anyone, he's just a boss. And he is way tougher than the other guys. the way that this works is I kick the crap out of these guys, I beat him, then I beat the racket. So I'll go ahead and let you guys see the combat here, and after this combat piece is done, I will show you a little bit of how the building works in those kind of menus. Like 100 times harder. He can counter you. See, you like got to do like an extra attack there you normally don't see. Wham! Crushed him. And that's basically your raid. So here, the turf manager is where you start to do your building, and you have different types of goods that you can get to sell from the raids. And before, I actually didn't have enough room to hold everything that I got from that electronics part, so I have to upgrade my electronics area here. So right there, I sold the stuff that I had. You can see that there's different market stock, and you know, the higher it is, the more money you earn from doing so. Upgrade your safe house. It gives you more options to upgrade other parts, and this is really the part of the game that I have no interest in, especially because everything is on a timer. So when I start to build things within my warehouse to gain money, it's on like an 11-minute timer, and I don't like that at all. Like I keep reiterating, it's the mobile platform kind of game that's being done here. And mind you, I know that PC games and like web-based games and Facebook games, they've all done this kind of thing in the past, and even a long time ago, before, you know, Facebook style games, there were websites where you could play games based on a timer. And I guess some people would like this action kind of gameplay style intertwined with that. Me personally, it just wasn't what I was looking for at all. I really was hoping to get a Sleeping Dogs online multiplayer, run around, maybe a versus mode, 4 players, even just 2 players running around and beating up people. But instead I got this kind of game where you're just trying to upgrade your safe house and earn money, and I'm not a really huge fan of it. So I hope you guys liked my review here. I definitely won't be playing this anymore. I'm gonna stick to some of the other games that I have. I have Bloodborne. I just got Mortal Kombat. So I'm gonna try to play a little bit of those. This game I just have no interest in. So I hope you guys like my review, and I'll see you guys next time.